Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Keller Railroad. Today we are actually going to do a product review on this Harry Potter set by Hornby. This is my first Hornby set, so we're going to open it up, check it out, see what all comes with it. How well it runs. This is a 00 gauge, so it is slightly larger than an HO scale, but I want to kind of check it out. This was actually for my son as a gift for his birthday, so we are going to go through it and see what it's like, and let's get to it. All right, so first thing, we'll open the box up. Nice little container box here. Looks like you got all kinds of instructions, manuals, rolling freight stocks, kind of a list of different items that you can buy from Hornby, as well as their certificates and everything else for that. So we'll go through that here in just a little bit. They're a rail track, no cork bed or anything else. This is all plastic bedding with just standard rails on it. Pretty flexible, so you would need a really good sturdy surface or put some kind of a corkboard bed down on that. Now this is nice. They actually give you a railer set up so you can place this on and then go ahead and place your locomotives on those. Power supply. Now this one is actually a US power supply, so this is made for the US versions. They do make the European version as well, but I went ahead and ordered the US version. Now this is just the really basic DC controller, and as of right now this is set up for DC, but it is DCC ready. So really simple controls, knob for speed control, and then just a switch for forward and backwards on that. Kind of a nice little option. I've never really seen this before, but if you choose to, it actually does give you some screw holes in the back, like it does even on extension cords and power supply, power strips and stuff like that. You could actually mount this to your layout and run it that way if you choose to do so. Looks like it comes with a bumper stop for the track, for a side track layout piece. Comes in with some extra coupler pieces, looks like. Some turn pieces, a switch track piece, a railing piece, a couple straight track pieces. All right, now let's get to what we all want to look at, which is the locomotives themselves. All right, they actually do give you a nice protective case that the locomotive comes in here. Now, this is really fairly detailed for what it is. Good packaging on it. A little foam bumpers on there to keep everything nice and decent. That is actually really nice. So we're going to set this out and down. We'll come and take a closer look at that here in just a second. I'm going to kind of move some of this stuff out of the way, make it a little easier, so we can have a better look at the locomotives and the cars themselves. Now the cars have no people in them or anything else, but the rest of the detail on the inside of the cars are fairly decent, so we will get a close-up look on those as well. This only does come with 2 cars. They do give you the option to purchase more, but just 2 cars to start with. Wheels are metal, which is a nice little option there. So as we are looking at it, the push buttons up front for the stops do not retract or anything else. Those are static. Really good job on the paint. I like the more matte finish. Makes it look more natural, realistic. Windows have a nice detail, the trim ring showing around it. The tender is already attached to the engine. Let's see here, is that just a, yep, that's just a fleck. So there's no way for the tender to fall off. Labeling is really good. Couplers, ladder holds on the outside look really good for detailing. Alright, let's go ahead and flip this upside down, or on its side, where we can take a better look on the wheel areas. Good trailing wheels from what I can see. You can see right there in between on the main drive wheels, the pickups on there. Looks like all 6 of those wheels are for pickups. And where I'm looking at is right down here on those little pickup areas. Forward carrying arms, wheels look good, nice and loose, so they should guide along the track very, very well. I'm going to have to kind of shift the angle of the car here, make this a little easier to see. Alright, so now if we can get a decent sized view of the inside without getting all the lighting in there. Again, the labeling is printed very, very well. So benching on the inside of the windows there, but no people or anything else. Still pretty good quality. Plastic trucks, but metal wheels. In fact, everything on this is all plastic. Except for the wheels. So definitely more of a delicate style model. Alright, so let's get this thing set up. Okay, so here we are. Got it all set up. Now, this is the track that comes with the layout. Kind of gives you a little bit of different options on how you want to really set this up, but I just kind of wanted to set a large scale up the best I could. There are some other little smaller pieces in here. If you don't want to do a sidetrack, you could actually make this into a larger piece if you choose to do so. So again, we've got the owner's manual that comes with the layout. Gives you a product catalog. This happens to be the 2021 product catalog. Another little information sheet kind of shows about all their extension tracks, the packs that you would come with, anything that you would want to look at if you are wanting to stick with this style of track. The Hall Class Locomotive gives you a teardown design on that as well, so you can how to grease it, take care of it, upgrade it, especially if you are looking for the DCC part, which it does look like a standard 8-pin DCC plug. So, and that looks to plug into the tender area, if it looks correct. Yep, remove the plug socket, taking care of not to damage it. Yeah, pretty easy, simple. It shows you how to do removing of the body and everything else and where to oil your points at. So that's a real nice setup for your braking rods and everything else. And then of course, if you choose to join their Hornby club. I did want to show how easy it is to use this little re-railer, okay? So this just sets down on top of your track as like so. You take your car, you place it on the widest end, and you just allow your car to slide right into place. Okay? And this actually looks like it couples up pretty darn easily. Now you can flip the switch. I did find that it does switch, but you have to have the controller all the way off to make it do that. So turning it on, I do actually have this reversed, which is fine. Now their connector is actually just a push button. Both of these little, let's see if I can zoom in on those just a little bit here. All right, these little itty bitty tan pins right here, those just push down and allow you to push the pin into place. So you will set it in there, push the pins down, let it slide, and then it just catches back into place. All right, so now we have that part. It started out about as slow as she can go here, but it's quiet. It does do some surging. Now I have got the controller about a third of the way up, and it does have an LED light to the front of the locomotive. Let's kick this up to about halfway. So on halfway layout, it is running nice and smooth. Let's see if I can get a good zoom in where you can see the LED light. Again, no lighted cars or anything else. But really smooth layout. Now their plastic bumper that goes on the end of the track, it just sets down and into place. And lastly, their turnout is just a snap switch there. Oops, apologize for that bump. But it is just a snap switch here where you can just shift it from side to side. For a starter set, this is a really, really nice set to have. I think that I know my son is really excited about it, and so I told him I wanted to review it on my channel, and he agreed to let me borrow it for a little bit just so I could do an unboxing and a review on it. So hopefully this helps you guys all out. If you are interested in getting this is again the Harry Potter train set by Hornby. Again, this is a Hall class locomotive. Comes with 2 cars, the track set, everything that you kind of see here. Really nice layout. It would fit on basically about a 4 by 5 foot piece of board, and that would still give you some extra space to where it's not going right to the very edges. So thank you again for watching this week's show. Appreciate it. Please hit that like and subscribe button. if any of you have had this train before, I am looking to see what DCC decoder you put inside yours. So if you have that, the brand, the model number, all that kind of good information, could you leave that information in a comment below for me, so that way I can take a look at that, because I know that that is one direction he wants to go. He wants to put DCC in this so he can run it on his other layout track. So again, thank you for watching. Take care. We will see you all again next week.